Hello and welcome to another episode. In this video series we're checking out submissions to the Dungeoncrawler Game Jam of 2025. And this time we will have a look into Dungeon Heist by Visy, Kide and Rekkimaru. And if you're wondering, Dungeon Heist? That sounds familiar. Yes, it is, because well, I guess it will be the 29th or 30th episode of this video series. I already covered a game called Dungeon Heist by Ans, so it's a bit unfortunate that two games have the same name, but it is what it is. So this time we will have a look into Dungeon Heist by Visy, Kide and Rekkimaru. And if you're wondering, episode? Yes, I made a playlist with all the games I've covered so far and a pilot episode explaining what a dungeon crawler is, what a game jam is and the rules for this specific game jam, and you can find that or the link to that playlist down in the video description. So let's have a look into the description here of Dungeon Heist and then we will jump into the game. First-person dungeon crawler RPG with real-time combat using the mouse. Gather gold, pay for spellcasting and blocking. Try to get out alive with your hard-earned cash. Alright, made with TIC-80, runs on Windows, Mac and Linux. And this is quite interesting. You always see Unity, Godot and sometimes Unreal or RPG Maker or something. But this TIC-80, I have never heard of it. And I think it's something like the Pico 8. And yeah, it's interesting. So I downloaded the game and installed it, or not install, you can just run it. And you can already hear it in the background. So it is kind of something like the Pico 8, I guess. Anyways, the one cool thing with the game is that, well, you can see the pixel art here in the screenshot. And the scaling of this game works with nearest neighbor. And it always puts another nearest neighbor if you do like one, if there is enough space for another nearest neighbor replication, so that it always stays pixel perfect and aspect ratio correct. And it just fills the rest up with border area. So that's a nice thing. But with that, yeah, enough talk about the game. Let's look into the game. Dungeon Heist by Visy, Kide and Rekkimaru. And you don't see the game yet, but I will start it now and I will immediately start reading it. And the text is a bit fast, so pronunciation will not be great. Be warned, let's go. Objective: hack into the Neo Chiba mainframe and retrieve as much gold as possible in unmarked bearer bonds by defeating their countermeasure haptic AIs Chais carrying the loot. The gold is untraceable. Expect violent resistance to attempts at acquiring it. Begin tutorial section. Left mouse button to select action spells. Right mouse button to level up action. Left click actions can be clicked anywhere. Kill enemies for gold and experience. Find the way to the exit. You have 4 spells in your possession. The eggheads from the lab. Tell me it's as if you are playing some VR brain sim junkies 8-bit daydreams. So better get those emulation hours in some classic pre-collapse post-person RPGs. Oh yeah, and whoever made the visuals is already fired. It's like that done steadily potion of liquid solvents making it. Don't say I didn't warn you. The Chais are going to be masquerading as classic JRPG monsters. Don't be fooled by their puny size. You may always tap out and escape with your current haul of gold at every dungeon level exit. Good luck, hacker. See you around the slipstream. Massive from Da Boss. Pilot Trip Games 2025. Code by Visy. Monsters by Hide. Wall GFX by Rekkimaru. Alright. So, now time to readjust OBS. I think I need to reselect something. 1 second. Alright, so now you can't see the top border and instead you have like a little bit of black in the bottom. But yeah, that's how this scaling works. It basically fills up, as I mentioned, the remaining stuff with a border here. And it's pixel perfect, so it looks great. Okay, press any key to start. let's start. Oh, nice effect here. Okay, dungeon level 0. Okay, I remember nothing of what I have read because it was so quick. Okay, but we can move around with WSD, and I learned that we can click stuff. And that's about it. We have, is this 4 characters? We are in level 1, experience 0, next is 100. Okay. Okay, I can click on these. Ah, okay, it changes. Maybe this is... I'm not sure what this means. We will see. So, with WSD... Oh, so it's random encounters. Let me increase the volume a bit. The music was a bit loud. This one is not. Maybe it's better that way. Okay, so we just click on the enemy to strike it, I guess. I'm not sure what this means. Win. Gain 16 XP. Okay, we'll just try around and test things. The perspective is not too great. Very irritating. Like, I'm already lost with this area here. Yeah. Why? Okay, this makes... This makes no sense. Okay, let's kill the enemy. Strike! Strike! Strike. Level 2 gold chicken. We are at 19 HP. So this was enemy damage. Okay, but to the perspective, that doesn't quite work. So this is forward, right? Now I turn, and you can see that apparently the left side is open, the right side is open. I would expect that on the left and the right side we both see a wall, right? Now I turn to the left side, and there... I mean, we don't not see a wall, but an empty tile. But on the left side we have a wall, and now I go back to what you're looking forward. The right side is an empty tile. Why? I think there is... the drawing is incorrect on the left side here. And this is behind us. So again, it looks like here is an open space. You can also see like this, right? There is like this corner, and we should be able to go there, but there is nothing. And I can probably go there. Yeah. And we do not see anything on the left, right? Yeah, this does not make any sense. I don't get why... Like, why is... If we are running towards this wall, why can I not see the walls left and right? Nothing at all. If I look into this left direction, I can also not see that. But if I'm here, I can see that there is an opening, but there isn't. So the perspective, unfortunately, does not work at all for, let's say, weird reasons. Because that makes no sense whatsoever. And okay, let's figure out how the combat works. So this is the enemy attack, I guess. Or maybe it's not. Okay. The movement works perfectly fine. I mean, it's instant movement, and it's also instant, and it doesn't cut anything off. Here is like we can move to the left. It looks like we can move to the right, but there's a wall. Now I go forward, looks like we could move to the left, but if there's a wall, right is also a wall. Now it doesn't show any walls here, but there is a wall, and there's also a wall. So why? So the yeah. So basically the tile 0, left and right, they're incorrectly drawn or incorrectly connected to the tile 1 in front of us. Okay. Let's keep exploring here, but of course it will be a bit tough with that orientation. And I still don't get, like, do I need to destroy these bubbles here? I don't get it. Also, why am I not... I'm regenerating. Okay, automatically. So I have 500 gold. Can I... What happens if I click on, let's say... What is this doing? I have no idea. What is this doing? Why does it say minus... Maybe this is like just in combat that we switch these around. And it says saying L, so maybe that is left mouse button or something. Yeah, the orientation is... Ah, so this is... Heal self. I don't get what I'm doing. Maybe I should restart and read the intro again. Just for myself, so that I actually understand what I've read there. But we can also just explore for now and see. Yeah, I'm looking for an opening here, but there's none. So at which point am I doing any damage? What is... I'm just clicking into it, and apparently it works, but... Ah, here, now I have one level up 1. And with right click I increase this to 2. Okay. I guess I'm doing more damage now. I don't know what I'm doing there. I'm just clicking. I'm clicking on different parts, but I don't see that it makes a difference. Yeah, and I guess you can't follow at all what I'm doing, because the perspective... I mean, instant step is already hard to follow, but if the perspective also doesn't make much sense, it's a bit hard. I mean, we can see the enemy hit points in the bottom left. Huh. I wasn't able... Okay. Oh, descend to lower level. Descent. That's a nice effect. Dungeon level 1, but we are now in level 2. Level 3 in Kredigum. And we are going to die. And I think you died on dungeon level 1, killed by a level 3 in Kredigum. RIP. Okay, I will start the game over. And I will first read the instructions again, but in like a slower pace, piece by piece, so that I understand anything. 1 second. Yeah, let me just tell you that I learned nothing. Besides of one thing. Left mouse is to select action spells. Right mouse is to level up action. Okay, left click actions can be clicked anywhere. So it seems like there is not more. And we are actually here in level 0. This is level 0. Okay. So this time I can also not move forward for any reason. Maybe it already triggered the encounter. So I don't know. Maybe the only thing I can do here is click and wait until the enemy died. Additional clicks do nothing, but spamming the mouse button, of course, increases the or decreases the delay between 2 attacks. Or let's say that I will do the second attack as quickly as possible. Level 2 gold chicken. Yeah, but of course the combat isn't super interesting that way. Just clicking. I mean, it's fine for a gem game, don't get me wrong there. But it looks like there should be more. With these like bubbles going, getting bigger and bigger. But they're not doing anything. And so there are sometimes, so I walked into this tile and it was not working. So sometimes the movement is broken. So apparently we need to find the exit. And apparently we need to find the exit, but we are not. Oh, this is it already. We cannot go back now. Okay. But I can escape and get out with... You found the exit. Exited the dungeon with 624 gold. Leveled up to level 2. Took 105 steps to find the exit. This gives you the title of Wannabe. Oh, great. Okay. Okay, we can do better. I'm not sure if we were actually seeing the exit. So let me close the game and restart it again. And now you can see the thing there. I need to switch that. And switch that again. Alright. Press any key to start. This seems to be the same all the time, but I'm not sure. But I also guess this is then unlimited, basically. But I can't... Either the levels are pre-made, then they are not unlimited, or... let's see. I mean, we have one option to decide in combat, and that is which attacks we are using. So this, for example, now didn't work, and I think that's the same tile as it was before. So for example, now I can switch to the heal, and I healed up. Actually, didn't look like I did any healing. I just used up my gold. And I died. Okay. Let me restart the game again. And get rid of the bar. Okay. That was okay, I'm dead already with the first chicken. Maybe I was just lucky the first time. Let me switch around again. It's just for the recording things so that the bar is gone. This time the chicken is not attacking. Hmm. 119 gold. Level 1 system bug. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, this, for example, I can't go there right now. You can go back, go there again, and now it works. And I think this was the exit. So, in order to get more money, this is also not working. Need to get back again. So now, let's use this, whatever that is. Ah, this is a block. Okay. Enemy frozen. I can also use the keys to switch the weapons live. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'm glad I played a little bit longer to see that there is actually some idea behind the combat. So you do need to switch around between the different skills. So that's actually not bad. And we have a level up. And now we can increase the freeze. Ah, this is stronger, but then it also costs more. Okay. Okay, blocking, freezing, and it freezes now for 10 seconds. But of course, you will probably only want to use it for enemies where you get more money than you spend with that stuff. Okay, let's get to the exit and see. This is a chicken. And it's frozen, so blocking makes no sense if you can just freeze them. Blocking is much cheaper though. But if you decide to freeze anyways... here this is broken again. Now it works. Okay, let's descend into the second level. But it looks like these levels are statics, or they are procedural, and the first level is always the same, because it's using the same seed. So this is, again, was broken. The forward was not there. But, yeah, okay. Level 3, we use the freeze thing. I'll let one attack... Oh, I wanted to have one attack go through. These are not filling up completely. Oh, this one was strong one. So let me freeze now. And let me heal. Another heal. And we got a level up, and we've got 50 HP now. Okay, we need to do more damage, so for the standard attack, so I increase that. And I guess that's the end of the level. No, it's not. But we are also getting into trouble now, because I don't have a lot of gold. So yeah, I need to use the block frequently, because it's just 10 and it helps a lot. I will just stick to the left side. And this is probably the end. Yeah. Alright. Well, let's escape. Took, yeah, 545 gold. Well, I guess, yeah, I'm still a wannabe. You could easily grind up more, but I'm not into grinding. So you could just try and, because it's random encounters, it's unlimited encounters, I guess. So what you could do is just stay in the first level. Once you know where the exit is, just stay there and farm easy enemies. And that way you could get a higher score. Yeah, it's not the best concept, I would say. Overall, I like to see like different games with different engines, so that was nice, nice to have. I also don't know what if there are any special restrictions with the TIC-80 system. So there might be like more accomplishment than I can like gift to that. The main issue I think I had with the game was the perspective. It's incorrect, so it doesn't draw the tiles left and right correctly. So it's not just the perspective, which is that the alignment and of the perspective is okay, but what is drawn is incorrect. And yeah, this is obviously kind of a bug which would need to be fixed. But this makes navigation a bit hard. And sometimes it's also broken that you cannot step into the tile. You can see which is free, it's just not working. So that is most definitely a bug. Besides of that, I think it would have helped if there was a more detailed description on the page on what you can do. Because it just looked like I mean, you can use the different skills, but I just assumed that these are spells and I need to like decide on one or something like that. So you do need to use all of the 4 skills in combat and decide if you want to spend the money to block an attack, which is actually an interesting concept. Just the way it is implemented with this like grinding combat where you can just decide to grind easy enemies, it makes the whole thing a bit absurd. But the general concept is fine. So for example, if it had only, let's say, 10 levels and all of the enemies were pre-assigned and you would need to either kill all of them or just a bunch of them and then leave the level. And then at the end, you could see how much you actually invested and how much you got back. And that way, it would actually be a challenge to get more money, because the way I see it right now, it's not a challenge because you can just grind on the first level and never leave it and repeatedly kill easy enemies. So yeah, that's something which I think if the levels are pre-made could easily make the game much more interesting. But yeah, it's still a nice entry by Visy, Kide, and Rekkimaru. So if you want to check it out and get a higher score than I did, then make sure to check out Dungeon Heist in the link down in the video description to the itch.io page. All the games on itch are for free. You can sometimes donate money to the developers, I think. And if you want to see all the other games I've covered so far, then check out the playlist, which you will also find the link, where you will also find a link down in the video description. And that playlist also contains a combat episode, yeah, a prologue, a pilot episode, which explains Dungeon Crawler and stuff. So, with that said, and of course you can also subscribe to the channel to not miss any of the new content I upload. And with that, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.